Oh my word, what a voice that lady's got. Her name is Emma Ellis, and that song is called Moy. We played just that song, I think, on the 11th of May, the first time it played on Zone Radio. She's with us all the way from Pretoria on Zoom. Hello, Emma.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. Can you hear all right?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly fine.
I'm just turning you up a little bit so other people can hear you. What a lovely, lovely interpretation of that song. Well done.
Thank you very much.
It wasn't Elvis Blue Track, wasn't it? Well, it is.
Yeah, it's an Elvis Blue track. Yeah, it's his song. Well, it's actually a Dutch song that he translated a couple of years ago. But he did a stellar job in translating it. Even the original is good, but his version is obviously way better. He's yeah, beautiful song.
Are you a fan of his?
Yeah, huge fan. It's crazy. I did an interview with him a couple of weeks ago, like just after the song released, and it was so crazy to like be on the same interview with him. You know, like he's excited and keen to take part in that and to be behind the song, which is insane. Like something I didn't even dream of a couple of years ago. So yeah, pretty cool.
He's a wonderful guy. He really is an absolute gentleman. We've had him in the studio here, and he was, like I say about many musicians in this country, sometimes their talent is just way, way, way bigger than their ego. And he's one of those guys that he doesn't have an ego. He's just a genuine, down-to-earth guy. But we're not talking about Elvis Blue now. We're talking about you. Why this song?
Oh, as I mentioned now, it's just one of the best songs I've ever heard, and it's one of the best Afrikaans songs, in my opinion. I think a lot of people would agree with that. But yeah, the first time I heard Moy, there was just something that kind of came over me. I don't know how to explain it necessarily. It's sometimes the best feelings are the hardest to put into words. But when I heard that song, I kind of like just broke down in tears. It wasn't that I was going through something intense at that moment or anything like that. It was just like a random day, and I heard it in the car on the radio, and it was just insane. Like I just started bawling my eyes out, and it was kind of like, you kind of start realizing that you've got so much to be thankful for, and sometimes you take the most important things in life for granted. And this song is one of those things that, like, and it's also because of this message that the song has. I feel like it was a perfect time to re-release this into the market, especially in the way that Richard at Van Coke Studios produced it with me. So I just the message behind the song itself, is something that's always been dear to me, and that I've played at gigs so many times that it kind of just felt like it was the perfect song to release in this time.
It is right for this time. But let's talk about you a little bit, because you caused quite a sensation. Or was it The Voice? You got so excited you forgot your words, eh? Eh?
Yeah, so everyone asks me what happened, and everyone kind of like pokes at me saying, "Yeah, are you gonna remember your words this time?" and stuff. And it was a big joke. It was a big joke on set as well. But it was the entering competitions like that. Like I've done Idols, and after The Voice, I've done a few, but I'll chat about that a little later. But entering The Voice and competitions like that it's already a stressful thing. And I'm a huge Karen Zoid fan, and she's one of the main reasons I actually entered The Voice. Like when I heard she was one of the mentors, I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Like I need to do this. And one of my main objectives for The Voice was to meet Karen Zoid, and I mean I got even better than that. But standing up on that stage, and I didn't expect anyone to turn around for me. I was kind of like expecting not.
With your voice, you didn't expect anybody to turn around. With that voice,
like it's not like I was being negative. I was telling my mom and my sister who were there. I was saying, like I don't think anyone's gonna turn around for me, because the people there, the talent was insane. Like I really doubted myself, and I was joking around with my mom and I was saying, yeah, if Corin turns around, I'm just going to stop singing. Because, I mean, like, I don't worry about it. Like, no offense to Lyra and Con and Bobby, but I mean, I was just like, no, it's like Corin or nothing, you know.
Yeah.
And I went up on stage and I started singing, and she turned around like almost instantly. And like looking at the video, it was instantly, but on that stage, it felt like forever. So she turned around, and I was already, I was freaking out on the inside, and I was just I was like, oh my word, it's Cara. And she turned around for me, and I'm like trying to keep my cool. And eventually, she like after a couple of seconds, she makes eye contact with me, and she just smiles. And as soon as she did that, I just completely hit a blank, and I just forgot the words to one of the most popular songs of our time. And but yeah, her coming up on stage was one of the best outcomes I could have expected. And then also still getting 4 chair turns, it was an incredible experience.
We don't have to worry about that. Art Matthews forgot the words to the national anthem on television as well. So you know,
Not that bad in hindsight. Yeah.
And the voice did a lot for you. Did it? I mean, where you were speaking to me earlier, saying you're in Pretoria at the moment, but you're actually originally from PE. I mean, has singing been part of your life growing up always, or is it something that you discovered later?
So yeah, I'm originally from PE. I went to school there, grew up there. And music has always been a part of my life, like from a young age. I mean, I did like recorder lessons, you know, like when you learn to play on the piano when you're little. I think I was about 4 when I started with those lessons. And it's more like just joking, like, you know, playing around and experimenting, and like it's more, I think, for your fine motor skills and stuff like that, that a lot of parents do that for their kids. And it was just something that was always in my life. I mean, when I was little and I was upset, my dad would play Enya and to calm me down in the car and stuff. And then in primary school, I played recorder and piano. And I was in the Eastern Cape Children's Choir, I think from grade 4 to grade 8. Yeah, I think a couple of years. Toured with them, always choirs and musicals and stuff like that. In high school, I joined our school band, and I started out in percussion because I didn't want to be one of those. I didn't want to play recorder in high school, so I kind of, I said, okay, it's fine. Like, I'll do music theory so that I don't have to take Xhosa lessons, because I struggled a lot with that. So I did music theory and all of that. And like, music was just always there. And then in the school band, I played percussion for the first 2 years. And then in grade 10, long story, but I randomly got into tuba.
Tuba?
And tuba. And I ended up, I started taking music as a subject, where you learn like history, theory, practical. You do everything, and I did, my main instrument was tuba, and I was in the school band. I played school band tuba as well, and in this time I found a guitar at home. I think it was my uncle's guitar, and I kind of convinced my dad to put strings on it. And at that point in my life, I was like very one of those, like, I'd start something and I'd get over it really quickly. So he didn't want to spend a lot of money on anything like that. So he put strings on for me. And I started teaching myself to play guitar on YouTube. Like some tutorial videos, like literally how to play a G chord, and practiced those chords and played and learned a couple of songs. And eventually I was really shy to sing, and I sang in my room by myself for a good couple of years, I think about 2 years, until my mom made me sing to the family, and on a Sunday afternoon after lunch. I was so scared, and after that she pushed me to sing in front of some friends, and they reacted really, like, everyone was kind of shocked, because I played a lot of sports at school. I was more like into the sports than anyone really knew about the culture. But yeah, so I ended up singing at a school talent competition and winning it. And after that I was like, okay, so maybe I can sing. And yeah, and I went overseas to America for a bit, came back, entered Idols, made it to I think top 48 there. Yeah. Then I entered for the first season of The Voice and I didn't get in. But they told me that it was because I was on Idols and they, you know,
The
politics and
clash,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. So then I did. I wasn't gonna do the second season of The Voice. I was so discouraged by not making the first season, and it was really tough for me. I mean, I didn't. So and people go through that, and it's a big thing. And I don't think a lot of artists really talk about that part where you'd enter for a competition and you don't make it, or you don't make it as far as you thought you would. And it was tough. I mean, I didn't sing, I didn't touch my guitar or piano or anything for about 3 months. And then I was just like really depressed and like down and thinking, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was and whatever. And in that time I was still studying as well. I studied for 2 years, nothing music related. But yeah, so then the musical director for The Voice phoned me and he was like, listen, we really liked you, and this is why, and you didn't make it through. Please come to season 2's auditions. And if it wasn't for that, I definitely wouldn't have gone. So just a shout out to James Bassingthwaite as well. He kind of got me back into it. And then I did The Voice, top 32 there, and it was an incredible experience. Then last year I did Die Contract on via Demi Lee Moore, won that one, and made top 24 there. And now I'm on Mark My Famous. I'm kind of like a reality singing competition junkie.
And 48's a number. 48's definitely a number, because you now made it to the top 48 there as well.
Yeah, top 48 in this, and hopefully further, and gonna push. I've got a good feeling about this one. But yeah, so music has always been there. I've had a long struggle, and there's been so many times where I doubted myself and doubted if I was in the right career, on the right path and whatever. But everything kind of fell into place, and I've been handed amazing opportunities, and opportunities money can't buy. And I'm so thankful for that, and I'm thankful for every single person's input, and for like giving me the opportunities they have. And I mean, there's so many people to thank. I never start naming
all afternoon.
people all afternoon. But my parents also played a huge part, so that's fantastic.
Well, they'll be very proud of you, I'm sure. And look, all of these, I've spoken to many musicians over a fairly long career in this business, and those that have entered these competitions, it's never been about, I've spoken to winners, I've spoken to those come second, I've spoken to those that have fallen out in earlier stages, and all of them say the same thing. They say the experience that they get from that is something that they can build upon. And, if you keep entering competitions for the next 5 years and keep building on it, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to win it, because I'll tell you what,
exactly.
You can sing. You don't need them to tell you can sing. We just listen to that song. You can sing. Now, where can people, okay, well, just quickly, we're running into news here, so we're going to have to wrap up in a moment. How are you dealing with COVID-19?
Oh, I'm dealing by keeping busy. I've been making masks. I heard you advertising someone's masks.
Yes,
but I've been making masks because obviously as a musician I can't perform. I've been lucky enough I did a live show on Duke's the other night, which was awesome, and they are supporting artists in that way. A lot of artists are making the live streaming work, but I've been focusing on the masks, which are doing pretty well. And just really keeping busy with that, writing some music in between, and just staying busy. I mean, as soon as you start just as soon as you get lost in like no routine or whatever, it's a slippery slope, and I think it's important to stay busy and to stay active as far as possible.
Well, I want to tell you what, I think you're going to go places. How can people follow you? Where are you on social media?
So I'm on Instagram and
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. On
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, I'm Emma Ellis Official. My
Mm-hmm.
friends always give me a lot of flack for that name. They started calling me Emma Ellis Official. And then on on Facebook, I'm just Emma Ellis. I've got a bunch of other covers on Apple Music and Spotify and Deezer and all the platforms. And then also obviously Moy's available everywhere digitally as well.
Okay.
So yeah, my main ones are Facebook and Instagram.
That's
People want to give me a follow there.
so people can look for Emma Ellis Official and find you on Instagram. Are there more recordings in the pipeline?
So I did a few recordings at Van Coke Studios in Cape Town at the end of last year. Moy was one of them, and then I actually did 3 originals. And people can look forward to that, which will be coming hopefully by the end of the year, otherwise early next year. Doing competitions and stuff kind of slows down
Yeah.
your original releases and stuff like that, which isn't a problem. I'm so thankful for Mark My Famous and where I'm in now. And those people are just incredible and want to push you and want to support local artists. So just a shout out to Emo and those people as well.
Well, I want to tell you what, they're lucky to have you because you are a remarkable talent. You're also a remarkable person, and it has been amazing speaking to you this afternoon.
Thanks so much, Richard.
And I hope that when next you are in Cape Town, that we can have you sitting here in Leeuwen de Leeuwen and we can talk to you about how
I'd love that.
Hey? All right, Emma, thank you so much.
Thank
you so much for your time and making yourself available this afternoon. We do appreciate it. This will be podcast. We'll send you the links and all that kind of stuff, and you can share it. But all I can say to you is keep on keeping on and keep that beautiful smile, smiling the way it does, because I think that you're a remarkable talent. I'm going to play that song again, folks. It's worth listening to a second time. Here's Emma Ellis, our guest this afternoon on our interview with her track called Moy.